what's up guys, Jerome here from the Bonsai Supply, and if this is your first time coming across this channel and you like bonsai, you are in luck because this channel is all about bonsai. We learn together and we improve our skills together as well. Now if you guys are a subscriber already, thank you guys so much for your support and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to show you a super easy and very cool technique which is called thread grafting. Now you can use this technique to graft branches onto sections of your trunk where you do not have any existing branches right now. So it is super easy and it is super straightforward. Now you could also use this technique, for instance, if you have a tree that has very large leaves, you could use a smaller leaf branch and graft it onto the tree and replace the larger foliage over time. You could also use this technique to graft, for instance, an apple tree onto like an elm tree. So this technique, you can use it for literally anything, but in today's video I'm going to use it to improve my tree. So I have this Salcova tree and it is lacking some bottom branches. It has a lot of top branches but no bottom branches, and I use two sucker branches that just came out last year from the soil. I'm just going to use those, but you could technically also use branches from the existing tree and then just wire them down and feed them through the trunk. Or you could use a little basket on the side where you have a little whip that you could use as grafting. So it doesn't really matter where you get the graft from the existing tree or from a new tree. And you basically, what you do is you drill a hole through the trunk and then you feed the branch through, but there's a lot more to it, of course. Now this technique can be successfully used for pretty much all deciduous trees. It can be used also for tropical trees. The only trees in the tropical world that I would not use this technique on would be jades as well as adenium, the desert roses. It does not work on those type of trees. But other than that, you can use this technique for pretty much anything. You also wouldn't want to use this technique for conifers. And the reason why is because we are going to drill a hole through the trunk and then feed a branch through the trunk. And in order for you to be able to do that, you have to remove all of the leaves. So therefore, you could not use this technique on like a conifer such as a juniper or a pine. Instead, you would use an approach grafting technique there. If you're interested in learning how to do the approach grafting technique, I did a video on this specific technique last year in the summertime on my juniper. I'm going to leave the link below so you can just go back and look at this video at your own time. Now on this video, doing the thread grafting is best done in the spring before the trees start to bud out, because it works best when you have no leaves on your branches. Now in tropical trees, most of the time we have leaves on them throughout the year, so you would just use that one branch, apply the exact same technique that I'm going to show you here today, but you would just remove the leaves on that specific branch and then feed it through the trunk. Alright, so I chose this tree right here. As you can see, has no bottom branches, and I turned it into this, which now has bottom branches, and this is called a thread graft. Alright, so as you can see, I used some white tape to mark the two whips that I'm going to use for my thread grafts. And now here are some of the tools that you are going to need for this. First off, you're going to need a drill, and then you also need to get some aluminum wire. We need some cut paste. I used the putty kind. And then we need to have a bamboo chopstick or a toothpick works as well. We also need to have a sharp grafting knife. You want to make sure that the drill bit you choose is new and is just slightly larger than the branch that you're actually going to feed through the trunk. So I like to drill through the trunk from the exit wound. So this is actually where I'm setting up the drill is actually where the branch is going to exit through the tree. I like to start drilling from that side because I feel like it gives me a much cleaner drill hole from the exit side. So as you can see, I'm just applying a little bit of pressure and I'm just slowly and steady drilling through the trunk. As you can see here, it went through the trunk. Now I want to use my grafting knife and just clean up the entrance and the exit wound. I want to make sure that it is clean all the way around because that's where the graft is actually going to be attached next. So I want to make sure that both of these entry and exit points are completely clean and that I have sharp edges. So as you can see here, I have a clean exit wound, which makes my graft much more successful. So now I'm going to feed my whip through the trunk, and I'm going to go very slowly and very gentle. I don't want to break anything or tear anything. So as you can see, I'm just pushing it gently through the trunk. So once I have found the perfect area where I'm going to apply the graft to, just going to slide the branch back slightly and just use my grafting knife and just remove some of the top layer of the bark, just a small amount. And so I'm going to attach my graft to the top. So you can also scar the bottom and attach it to the bottom of the hole. I find it more successful when you actually attach it to the top. So as you can see here, this is my distance. I feed it back in here. And now this next step is very important. I'm using a little bamboo chopstick, and I'm just cutting out little splinters. You could also use a toothpick, but you want something small that I can jam into the exit wound. As you can see, I'm jamming it from the bottom to make sure that I wedge the surface that I scarred really up into the trunk, because that's the only way that you can get a successful graft if you actually almost kind of smush them together. The branch that you want to graft and the trunk, they need to be really pressed hard against each other in order for them to fuse. And so I hammer the chopstick or the little bamboo splinter into that hole, and then I just cut it off, and that way it is firm in there and it will give me a really nice and successful graft. Next up, I use my putty, which is a cut paste. I prefer to use the putty, and then I'm going to cover the exit and the entry wound on both sides. As you can see here, I'm just making sure that the entry wound and the exit wound does not dry up. I want to make sure that they stay moist so that they can then heal over, and then my graft will be more successful that way. Now this is an important little side note. That branch that I'm holding is the exit branch. This is the branch that I'm going to keep. So once that branch becomes thicker than the entry branch and the branch on the other side, that's when I know it is time to remove the back section of the tree, and then my graft will have taken successfully. So last but not least, this part is obviously optional, but I'm using a little bit of aluminum wire, and I'm just wiring the branch into place so that I can already shape the branch and it doesn't look so out of place. So I'm actually applying the wire from the exit all the way to the entrance, all the way around. That way I make sure that the branch stays in place, but also, like I said, I can already give it some shape. Now just for good practice, I'm going to do the other whip as well. And this time I'm going to do it a little faster because you guys already know how to do it. But just pay attention one more time on exactly how I do it step by step. Alright, so as you can see, this technique is super easy to do, and with just 2 thread grafts, I improved my tree tremendously. Now, I did mention at the beginning that this technique should not be used for conifers, where you cannot successfully remove the foliage and have it regrow once you feed it through the trunk. So on species like that, like junipers, pines, spruces, whatever you have that's a conifer where you cannot remove the foliage, you would use an approach grafting technique. And I did make a video about that specific technique last year, where I grafted on some Kishu foliage onto my California juniper to improve the foliage. And I'm going to leave the link down below so that you can check that video out as well. Now, if you guys have any more questions or you have any comments about this video today, please leave them down below in the comment section. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. I mean, what are you waiting for? And I will catch you guys next time.